The desert warrior's last stand in the scorching heat of the boundless desert, where endless waves of sand shimmered like liquid gold under the blazing sun. There was a bastion of oasis life amidst the desolation. This refuge, surrounded by sheer cliffs and hidden behind the illusions of swirling mirages, was home to a remarkable man whose name echoed through time: Alejandro the Phoenix. His past, etched in the annals of Latin American legend as the greatest warrior ever known, cast a shadow over him like a specter. Yet it was this same past that endowed him with the strength, iron will, an unbreakable spirit necessary to protect all he held dear. A family forged by destiny in the heart of the humble oasis settlement lived Alejandro with his beloved wife, Mariana, and their 4 children. Mariana, a striking Latina with athletic grace and a radiant smile that could warm even the coldest desert nights, was both a healer and a fierce protector in her own right. Her beauty was rivaled only by her courage, and her presence lent an air of hope to all who beheld her. Among her children, the 2 eldest daughters shone the brightest, not only elegant like their mother, but also sharp and fearless desert hunters. Their eyes reflected the vast expanse of the desert's blend of wisdom and wild, untamed fire. Together, they formed a family bound by love, honor, and an unwavering commitment to protecting their refuge. The ominous gathering one sultry night, as twilight bled across the horizon and the desert began to cool, ominous shadows took hold of the sand. Whispers of dark dregs, carried on a hot breeze, foretold the arrival of otherworldly enemies. But to subjugate the spirit of Alexander, whose legacy was intertwined with the very soul of the ancient lands, as the enchanted vortex of magical storms spread over the dunes, Alexander sensed the nefarious designs diminishing his sanctuary. Memories of battles fought and bloodshed that had lingered for decades piled up inside him. The echoes of his past compelled him to stand firm and defiant once again. A coven of witches and a cadre of sorcerers, bent on harnessing the desert's mystical energies for nefarious purposes, advanced upon the oasis. Their eyes glowed with macabre fervor, and their incantations sent shivers down the spines of even the most hardened nomads. They sought to conquer the oasis not only for its precious water and fertile lands. The battle unleashed as night embraced the desert. The first clash erupted in the arena. Illusions and flickering fire illuminated the darkened landscape as Alexander, his long unruly hair flowing behind him like a banner of defiance, led the charge. The 2 skilled daughters, swift as desert falcons, scouted the enemy's ranks. Sparks of ethereal energy clashed with Alexander's curtain-scribed gang-neck sword, passed down for generations, imbued with the fierce whispers of ancient deities. The air was rent with magical fervor as the warrior's charisma fused with the raw, untamed power of their legacy to repel the arcane onslaught. They wove through the gruesome spectacle, their arrows and spears finding their marks with deadly precision, the embodiment of a resilience born of desert lore. The remaining children found refuge, their innocent eyes wide with a mixture of fear and unwavering trust in their father, his ability to protect them from this incurable darkness. With piercing blue eyes reflecting the starlight and a heart as resolute as the ancient pyramids, he summoned the strength derived from years of valor. His voice, a deep and commanding timbre, called his family and people to arms. Every scar on his battle-worn face was a testament to a victory against the odds that had once threatened his homeland. Now, not only was her honor at stake, but the very future of her family, and the sanctuary that cradled the remnants of hope in an abandoned land. Mariana, always graceful and courageous, moved like a dancer through the arena, tending to the wounded in the initial assault, while coordinating the defenders with calm authority. The witches, clad in robes that blended with the midnight sky, cast curses and chanted. As Alexander parried a swirling bundle of dark magic with his shield, visions of his past rose before him. The turning point at the heart of the conflict, when the desert itself seemed to hold its breath in anticipation, Alexander faced the fiercest football of the coven. The duel was a tempestuous struggle of light and darkness, where ancient heroism met the relentless ambition of forbidden magic. Sparks of mystical power erupted, shattering the oppressive veil that struck the oasis. The wizards and witches, bewildered by the sudden, radiant surge of positive magic, faltered. Their dark incantations died in the air, replaced by the sound of retreating steps and the murmurs of a defeated force. With each calculated swipe of his sword, Alexander demonstrated not only physical might, but the unwavering determination of a man who had been the living embodiment of Latin American resilience. His hands, steady as the ancient stones of the desert, worked with the precision and artistry of a master warrior whose soul had been forged in countless battles. The clash reached its crescendo as Alexander, channeling the spirits of his ancestors, infused his blows with the elemental fury of the desert wind. Victory, remembrance, and renewal, dawn broke over the horizon, painting the desert in hues of rose and gold. Warriors gathered around Alexander, whose eyes remained clear and vigilant as they surveyed the reclaimed sanctuary. Together, they began the work of rebuilding, imbued with the lessons of the past and the promise of a renewed future. The community, inspired by Alexander's timeless courage, revived ancient traditions, blending them with new hope. Evil had been driven out. But the echoes of the night's experience served as a reminder that darkness always lurks on the fringes of the light. In the quiet aftermath, Mariana and her daughters tended to the wounded and the grieving, their radiant smiles reflecting not a tainted joy, but a deep and steadfast pride. Alexander, still bearing the scars and spirits of his past, gazed across the desert landscape, across the harsh and stunningly beautiful land. His gaze, as blue and unyielding as a clear sky after a storm, spoke of battles fought, affection cherished, and a legacy that would forever safeguard his family and the land they called home. His destiny, intertwined with the endless sands, remained an unwavering beacon of hope for generations to come. Thus, he endured the legend of the Desert Warrior, a timeless testament to the power of honor, love, and an indomitable human spirit in the face of darkness.